live and direct, one-on-one with the coach. Once again, thanks for joining us at Live Hip Hop Daily, man. As always, bringing you special guests from the culture today. Special BX DJs in the place, my man, my brother, DJ KOOL Kid, what's good, baby?
What's going on, family?
Chilling, man. Good to see you, man.
Great to be here, especially.
No doubt, man. I'm glad you finally got a chance to come through, man.
Definitely.
Good. So, as always, we're going to get right to it. For people that may be unfamiliar, man, give them a little bit of history of KOOL Kid. When you got in the game, the circumstances, surrounding, your breakthrough, et cetera.
Wow.
Been a minute.
It's been a minute.
It's a lot. No, because some of them don't know.
It's a lot on the table. It's a lot to explain, to show, And being from the Bronx, man,
Right.
growing up and watching, the older dudes, like, who's really into the game, instead of being on the basketball course and, really getting to that side of it, I was more intrigued with the music.
That's what's up.
So I grew up with a few, I would say, OGs, but, who are legends.
Right.
I came from the Andre Harrell days.
Right.
I was at Uptown Records, I was in Super Mario, growing up on Allison Avenue, and running into dudes like you,
Word.
Especially Chuck Bone, one of
No
the dudes
doubt.
who really grabbed me and said, "Listen, are you a DJ? I'm taking you downtown."
That's what's
You know
up.
what I mean? So, having dudes like that, man, I can go on and on for days. Rich Nice, Michelob.
So let's shout them out, man, because a lot of those cats, man, they definitely laid foundation. And they may not be household names, but as far as BX Borough, they was definitely making moves. So shout out to Chuck Bone. Many of them may not know, but back in those Uptown days, right before all the bad boy stuff, Chuck was a big promoter in the city. He was making moves with Uptown Records and Andre Harrell right from the hood. Shout out to Chuck Bone. Shout out to Michelob, man, from Uptown and the Deuces, man. A lot of people, may not know, but Michelob DJ too, though, right?
Michelob DJ.
Yeah.
And he was like the early dude in the corner with Flex, man. When all that stuff was starting, it was Michelob. Michelob was one of the producers, from Yvette Michelle.
Right.
So, that was hip hop, when Flex had the deal on Nervous Records, when he's coming. That was the time of hip hop, Big Phil, Chris Pringle, RC Rex, all these dudes, So I grew up with folks like this,
That's what's up.
Who showed me how to get my first hip hop check, how to DJ, how to network, how to go out there, and get the groundwork going.
That's what it is. Shout out to Super Mario, of course, man. What up, Sue? That's what it is, man. That's heavy influence, and it counts, man. When you have people that can influence you, mentor you, kind of show you, some of the steps that you need to take where you to get where you want to go. It makes a big difference as opposed to somebody who's just kind of getting in the game and trying to figure it out on their own. You know what I mean? And we need more of that, man. Cats in the game, cats that are in any profession, man. Reaching back to the up and coming talent is huge.
Right.
Mentoring these people, et cetera, is huge. Now let me ask you this. Now, when you were getting in and making your name as a mixtape DJ, club DJ, et cetera, who are some of your peers? Who are some of the DJs that were also making moves during that time who you would consider peers?
My peers, when I started, really putting out these mixtapes, Skanky was still open at that time. He had SNS. SNS was like the fucking the clue. He was the man that you go to for an event. SNS was the go-to man for a party. Everything moving was a SNS. For a mixtape Uptown, he was Harlem. He was Craig G. You wanted the Craig on Common doing his thing.
Word.
Everybody's rocking Craig G. He had Double R, G Bro Pro. With 3 turntables. WAP was the man. Like, yo.
Shout out to Doo-Wop and the Bounce Squad.
WAP.
Snag, what up? Sports, what up, baby?
So I grew up and I grew up watching these dudes build what the new cats back. You gotta remember, back then we had no Serato.
It's true.
The internet wasn't even on like that.
Not at all.
AOL was like the slowest thing. Knocked off. You know what I mean? So it was like, yo, he was on that. You wasn't downloading no videos. You wasn't getting nothing. So if you was into the hip hop, you was really into the game because you knew the spots to go to. You wasn't on YouTube and making your own video dance and all that shit. Yeah. You wasn't getting the news records online. If you were a DJ in this game, you got to know people. You got to know a Chuck Bone. You got to know a coach to get these records in your hand and be the first dude.
Word.
It was nothing like that. And that was where it was a lot of fun because that was a sport. Who can get here first? Who knows who showed? Who knows who? And I'm not faking like I'm a DJ out here on some. I actually know you. I actually know the artist.
That's right.
I'm not stealing off the net or whatever it is. So I still have those relationships.
That's what's up.
That's what counts. And that's what, it's the difference from then and now. Half these people don't have relationships.
And it's interesting you bring that up because we were wondering where we were going when we started making records, working with each other remotely. This MC doesn't know this MC, but somebody hooked it up and they're sending verses, you know, via email that you could just pop into Pro Tools and then, you know, sync it up and get what you're calling a song. But yo, man, something in the back of the head always told us, like, yo, is that really better than people being in the studio producing music together, bouncing ideas off each other, et cetera, et cetera? At this stage, I'm gonna have to say no. When you listen to the music,
it's not. You can tell who did a verse one way and how. Oh, they didn't do it at the same time. The energy is different. Not even the sound of the record, the energy of what. I mean, we sitting here, we coming up with a plan, we connecting on, so we building something right now. Not you did your thing, I did my thing. It's like they not really talking about the same shit, or they wasn't in the same element.
Right.
We building, so it was like it's a record.
Right.
When Wu-Tang did a joint, you can tell when they was in the room. It's like, holy shit! Oh,
like that energy, that craziness. Yeah.
Oh, you did that. Oh, I'm on right now.
Right.
Now we see hip hop is capturing the now at the present. This is the now. Because we are doing this live, and this is, you know, I mean, this is history. Not he did it, and that's not really the magic.
Right. I mean, I see what you're saying.
It's like we can talk about something. We did this at the same exact time.
Right.
Not he did it. Come on. I'm not making a cake here. You know what I mean? Don't get me sugar. Come on.
Yeah, this is music, and this is.
That's right.
And it says a lot too, because when you have. I mean, just on a practical level, when you have dudes that are like, we're going to the studio, that's where everything happens at. When you're going to the studio and the ideas come out. And you could tell somebody else, yo, I'm in the studio, come by, stop by, chill with us, you know, listen to what we're doing, do a drop, do a verse. We're missing a lot of that now with us not being in the studios the way we used to be. And then sitting in our bedrooms, like you said, sending each other verses. It's not creating a platform where everybody could come and build and enjoy and add on to, you know, to making songs. So we're going to have to look ourselves in the mirror about that one. It's not dead. Everything is still everything. All of us are still here, man. We just got to make the corrections that we need to make to really get this music popping, man. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
My whole thing also, you know, was like, at this time.
Yeah.
The way, you know, the shape of the music. Now, some cats are getting it. A few are getting it. And those who are getting it right now are going to be, you know, the next generation, the next hip-hop leaders. Whereas, I'm not thinking about, what's he doing on that side of another DJ. I'm just like, come to my house. And when I say come to my house, step into the club, I'm DJing. You can rock prime time in my situation. It's only going to make me.
Right.
It's going to help us out.
Both
a lot
of us
money,
together,
you know what I mean?
Because there's money here, yeah.
There's money here. There's money always here.
Right.
Shit. Just because I'm not inviting you, know what I mean? I need to get to know you. But at the same time, you can be the bigger person, extend that hand. Like, you know what? You're doing your thing. A lot of people scared to say, you're doing your thing, I rock with you. That's what hip-hop was about back then.
Exactly. I mean, we had our ups and downs, but you said a lot with that one. And I mean, just as people.
Exactly.
And business people and so on and so forth, man. I mean, you know, there's going to have to be, you know, partnerships. I mean, if I say that word, that's not unfamiliar to anyone because we know partnerships work.
Right.
You know, and being mature about a situation and being able to be like, yo, man, I like what you do. You're doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what we could do together to bake this bread. Makes a lot of sense. And it's probably the future for us. Division is not the future. Unity is going to be the future. You know what I'm saying? Division is not the future. So if you talk about dividing us among geography, you in the north, I'm in the south, you in the west, I'm in the Midwest, that's not taking us to a good place where we're going to be able to grow and really build this culture and get all of our return off our investment, because we fighting, we not unified. So we're gonna have to look ourselves in the mirror and have dialogue and then make some change surrounding that. Let me ask you this also. During that time, I talked about the DJs or whatever have you, and this is kind of like a walk through memory lane in a certain sense. But what clubs were popping and why, you know, back then too? Because now some of these clubs, when you say the name, this is like legendary material.
That's right. Oh man, one of the spots, right? And this wasn't even a club, and this is when they actually let us hip hop people do events there. So it was every Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Used to be a Tavern on the Green.
Dope.
Red Alert. It's
Dope.
over for Red Alert. Used to be me, Red Alert, and sometimes Clark Kent.
Yeah.
I used to rock with Clark. Clark used to look at me like, yo, B, how old are you? Clark like, yo, my man. Clark was inviting me to his crib. And Clark Kent, like, yo, the legendary Clark Kent, B.
Word.
I mean, doing the major tracks with Jay and Foxy.
All of that.
And I mean,
all of that.
and he's still here, man. One of the coolest dudes out.
That's what's up, man.
Dopest,
Shout out to
illest
Clark Clint.
producer, DJ. Now, at this time, Kiss FM was rocking. Red Alert was doing a 5 o'clock free ride.
Dope. Okay.
Red was doing the free ride every day. Red's on the free by 5 to 6, like clockwork, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of that.
Red was blending all day long. He wasn't doing nothing crazy. He was blending.
Yeah.
But yo, the part of hip hop was that you could see Red getting on the train from Uptown Harlem, talking about, I'm going to the station right now to rock. He's on the train with you, and he's chilling. Red never walked around security. He was hip hop. He was one of the hottest DJs in the city.
Word.
Prime time.
Word.
At this time, Flex was even on the radio. Hot 97 was a house station.
Word.
Flex used to come on Mondays from 10 to 11 for 1 hour of hip hop on a house all week station.
Crazy.
No commercials, no nothing.
Just going.
Just going in. Right?
Yeah.
I remember at that time you had BLS was rocking. BLS was hip hop.
Now, what year are we talking?
This was 97, 98, 99. It was hip hop. BLS was hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, DJ Ace had the Bat Cave rocking. He
Word.
was getting
Shout
all
out
the
to
parties.
DJ Ace.
Ace was the man.
Yeah.
You can get a part. Ace was moving everything. 14th Street was rocking. What was the name of that spot? The Palladium on 14th Street.
Exactly,
That
on the
was
east
rocking
side.
on the east side. I played it there the last few months. They were closing. This tour. I was rocking with A Plus, Kedar. My first check
That's
came
right,
from
that's
Kedar.
right.
Over there, we had Erykah
Universal.
Badu. There you go. That was the whole
Yo,
circle.
shout out to Kedar Massenberg, man. That's a good dude. Shout out to Erykah Badu. You talk
Yep.
about that time frame, like you said, when Kedar
That's right.
formed that partnership with Universal and
There you
started
go. Neo Soul.
Yeah, the
Kedar
whole Neo Soul,
Entertainment
yeah,
and all
Kedar
that stuff.
Entertainment, and had signed Erykah Badu, A Plus,
A Plus.
and maybe it was one other person, and then there was a few people that got some opportunities up there
There was a
during
few
that time.
cats, yeah,
that
yeah.
Tavern on the Green move
Tap on
was
the
big.
Green was crazy.
Was big. You think about hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
At that time.
Being able to, to go in there and throw a party with hip hop DJs at Tavern on the
Tavern.
Green, which was some real shade up in the air, type of thing. We never was
They
hanging
didn't-
out on Tavern in the Green.
They didn't want no hip hop
At
no black
all.
people in there.
At all. It was like the Clippers.
We'll be honest.
It was
Yeah.
like
We'll be
Donald
honest about
Sterling.
that.
Yeah, it was
There you
like
go.
Donald Sterling at Tavern.
We
Like,
don't really
don't
want
bring no
them in our
blacks
house.
over here. At all. Don't take no pictures. Don't bring them over here. Don't do nothing. But
The ill thing about that event is that it was so like, and when I say hip hop, not just on the music level, but everybody was there. Back then, you had my dude Chuck Barrett. We call him Chuck Jr., who's now a hot DJ at Greenhouse here. He's traveling around. He used to work at Mecca. He used to dress me. I used to get home from going to Truman.
Yeah.
I'd be downtown.
Yeah.
He worked for Mecca, throwing the clothes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we out there, it's like, nah, we about to style. Cool, kid. Red Alert is there. Puff, Lade, Heavy D.
Day. Wow.
Pharrell, Soul for Real.
Dope.
That's how I was rocking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me to just sit here and say, well, damn, I didn't do shit in hip hop or feel, and somebody don't know who I am, and you know what I mean, look at me, especially growing up with
These
icons, these people, for them to even turn it back and say, well, nah.
Nah, there's a history there.
There's a history, you know what I
There's
mean?
a history there. It ain't like, I didn't
Right.
turn
This is
into
music.
a DJ when I, just bought
I
Serato
did-
or
there
I've
you
been
go.
here.
There
And
you
it's
go.
funny because what you just described is what a lot of cats describe as your decision-making process. When you're a DJ
Right.
and you're carrying around records or you're opening up and there's all these big names around you and you're going through the grind, you make your decision as to whether you really want to continue doing this, because this is not easy. This is not easy. And those people that say, yo, I'm going to do this, they made a certain commitment and they
Right.
saw it all the way through. It wasn't
Right.
a fly-by-night business.
Right.
It wasn't all of a sudden, this dude was a DJ and then in 6 months you can't get him
Right.
to DJ no more because that, he's doing something else. Now he's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now he's a fashion, he's a model. He's a model.
Exactly.
So he done changed up. The DJ thing was a lily pad for him to be a model. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, it's interesting that you say that, man, about making that commitment at that stage, going through what it takes to really become a club DJ, go out on the road, do things as well, be a mixtape DJ, et cetera, man. So, like you said, this is what, one-on-one with the coach is about. This is about our culture, past, present, future, everything in the middle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We bring everybody through because everybody had a part and a role in
There you
bringing
go.
this to where it is today. So I feel you 100% on that, man. I also wanted to talk, like I said, we talked about some of the other DJs that were out during that time. I wanted to